Hey folks, it's Nate. It's time I got back to the drawing board. We're trying something a little bit different here today. I call this drawing boarding, a little bit like waterboarding, except hopefully less torturous, at least for me. I'm looking at a story pitch I saw on Twitter from Chaotic Neutral Comics. He asked for some feedback on it, and I guess I'm going to give him what he wants. His pitch is as follows. A cyberpunk space Ronin struggles to run from his past as Yakuza and the fact that he is possessed and deformed by an evil Oni hellhound spirit. Little does he know, an old Japanese artifact will show him his past gang life and demonic possession is linked and he has a greater destiny. Will he be able to stop an ancient evil from running a universal crime syndicate, or will he succumb to his inner demon? That's a decent pitch. I think it's got a pretty good story idea, but you need to punch it up if you really want to sell it. A couple of things that just come right off the top of the head. First of all, names. Your project needs a name. I can think of a couple of cyberpunk or high-tech samurai in space kind of stories right off the top of my head. Samurai 8 being one that has samurai in the title. Another would be Eden Zero, or at least it has samurai in it. Since we're going by cyberpunk, you could very easily think Shadowrun. Of course, none of these things are your project. They are other IPs, and you really need to name your IP if you want to sell it. By the same token, name your main character. Sawamura Kenji is a very evocative name of a traditional Japanese kind of person, while on the other hand, somebody like Doji Conrad suggests that he's more of a mixed cosmopolitan kind of a person. And you can say a lot about the character, the world he lives in, what the culture is like just by naming him. Name the evil hellhound spirit. That is really evocative too. If you give him a really sinister sounding name, you can really build a sense of dread or anticipation in your audience. Name the Japanese artifact, a spirit mirror, a magatama, a Kirin's horn, a Tengu's mask. All of these things are clearly artifacts, and they sound really cool and interesting, a lot more than just an old artifact. That sounds dusty, like it belongs in a museum. You don't want your audience thinking about museums. They're kind of boring, they're kind of dull. You want them thinking about something mysterious or adventuresome. So names, very, very important. The conflict here seems to be between ancient evil and a universal crime syndicate and our protagonist. And, you know, that's pretty good. I would actually put that first. You know, having your cyberpunk space Ronin is great, but you know, there's a reason Star Wars shows you the Empire first in all three movies. You know, you are always looking at a Star Destroyer at the opening of the classic Lucas trilogy. And that's to set that tone, that intimidating, overbearing feeling. So introduce us to a universal crime syndicate first. Then tell us about the demons and the demon that possesses your protagonist, and then bring us to your protagonist and tell us about how he's a disgraced samurai running from his past. So yeah, I think that will build investment a little better. And lastly, you know, I don't know if bringing up a greater destiny in your pitch is the right thing. Even maybe a universal crime syndicate, that's a little too specific. Just imply that he can be more, and don't show us where the ceiling is yet. Some people are not going to buy into universal scale story right away. Some of them might find it cheesy. If you just say he may be demon possessed, he may have been a gangbanger, but he's meant for better things, people can fill that in with whatever they want. If they want If they think, that means he's just going to become a better person and clean up the environment around him, if they think that means he's going to, save the galaxy from demon invasion, whatever, they will fill that in. And the point is, you want to let your audience experience a little mystery, kind of that J.J. Abrams mystery box thing, although you should know what's in the box before you, never mind. I'm not going to get on a tangent about J.J. Abrams. Let's talk about this story specifically. Let your audience think about what they want to see, and rather than telling them what the stakes are going to be way down the road. That way, they will come to your story with vague ideas rather than your specific expectations. And then you can kind of woo them into your story. You can sell them on your idea because you're going to tell a great, fast, fun, exciting story, and they're just going to be dragged along with you. They may have had their ideas coming in, but by the time they're a couple of pages in, they should be into the flow of your story and ready to go wherever you want. Sell the promise of great things to come, but don't be too specific. Anyways, those are just some thoughts. It was a little bit longer than you can really do on a Twitter thread, so I thought I'd cut a short video and leave them with you. I hope Chaotic Neutral Comics sees this and appreciates the feedback. If he has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them in the comments. If you like this and you'd like me to give some quick feedback on a story pitch you have or a story concept you have, I'd be happy to do that. It's fun for me, and I hope it's beneficial to you. That's all I got for now, so if you like that, there's a like button and subscribe button down below you can use as you see fit, and I'll talk to you later.